when I was president, I've launched French Tech. It was in 2013, a period where the crisis was very, very high. And it's very important for me to give hopes and to give support to new business in tech in particular. So I have proposed a new policy with support for young enterprises and also to tax cut for inspiring research, search, and development. So it was my main policy, and now we have many startups in France, many unicorns, and it's clear that this movement, which begins in the beginning of my mandate, is now launched and is a success.
Can Europe ever really compete with Silicon Valley as a home for tech startups?
Yes, when I was president, I went in States, in Silicon Valley. There was at this period many doubts about my willingness to develop tech. And that's the reason after this trip in Silicon Valley, I have launched the French Tech. And French Tech is an ecosystem with banks, public actors, private investors, and to have performance in innovation, in research, in development. And that's the reason that we have been attractive. Some talents who were abroad come back in France and invest in France.
Now, here in the UK, we're in the middle of a general election campaign. What have you made of it so far?
City of London is always attractive, in spite of the Brexit. And I think it's very important to have new links between Europe and United Kingdom. I think the general election in July can offer this opportunity. It's not to negotiate a new treaty. I think it's not the good way, but to have common relations between our continent and United Kingdom. Another point is very important for France is to have the best relation with United Kingdom about defense, about industry, about energy, about nuclear. That it's so important to imagine new relationship between United Kingdom and France, United Kingdom and Europe. And the responsibility of France is to help to support this new partnership.
Obviously, Sir Keir Starmer, who looks likely to become Prime Minister, supported Remain during the EU referendum. If he becomes Prime Minister, would you expect to see the UK become closer to the EU?
Yes, close to the EU, of course. It's good for UK, it's good for Europe, it's good for France, we are neighbors. But British people have voted for Brexit. It's not the moment to organize a new referendum. I think it's a good statement, good position for Labour to commit the country to negotiate, to have a good relation with Europe, instead to propose a new referendum.
The left in France fragmented after your term in office. Can you see the right fragmenting here in the UK in the same way?
It's a risk. It's a risk because now far right is breaking all the European rights. The goal of far right is to be a new right. That's the risk in France. But that also with now the new party in Great Britain to have this movement to divide conservatives and to be the new right to go far in some policies as migration and so on. So it's very important that the center right keep the good goal and not be disturbed by far right. It's also the responsibility of the left. That's why Labour Party is so important in this crucial period. It's very important for the center left to propose new policies to create an alternative to the far right in France in particular.
Do you worry about the closeness of some figures on the political right, such as Marine Le Pen, to Russia and Vladimir Putin?
Yes, it's clear that Marine Le Pen and her movement, since a long time, has a close relationship with Russia and Putin. And the key man is the chief of the government of Hungary, Orban. Orban is organizing at this moment a new highlights of all the far-right movements, and Marine Le Pen is inside this movement. However, she can say at this moment, because we are in the electoral period, because she does not want create new fear, but it's clear that the first decision of any far-right government is to stop the aid for Ukraine and to create a situation to appeal negotiation with Russia.
You mentioned Viktor Orban there. Should the EU be taking a harder line towards him right now?
In France, the general election are in 3 years. Many things can appear during this period. So it's not a fatality to have a far right. But it's clear that in states, in Europe, we have a trend towards far right ideas, with also communication companies in France, but you have also the same situation in the United Kingdom, to support far right. So the risk is high, but nothing is played.
Now, tomorrow the world will be commemorating the 80th anniversary of D-Day. The eyes of the world will be on Normandy. There's been a big discussion in the UK about how much young people in particular know about D-Day now. Is that true in France as well?
Yes, it's true, because it's far for young people. 80 years, we have no veterans, some very few. And in the education system, the Second War is now a topic to know, but not real souvenir, remember. So it's very important to have some ceremonies. This one is very crucial, but we must also have permanent training. What is democracy? What is the lessons of history? And with internet, TikTok, and so on, social medias, we have the culture, the political culture my generation could have at the age of young people today.
And of course, in a few weeks' time, the eyes of the world will be on France with the Olympic Games. How big a boost is it going to be for the French economy, do you think?
I think it's a very good opportunity. First, because it's a world event, because many viewers on TV will discover France and Paris, and for tourism it's very important. But also because we have tech system will be very performed to control, to protect, to secure, to invent new forms of participation in the Olympic Games. So Olympic Games is a trouble for the cars, for the traffic, of course. But Olympic Games, it's very good opportunity for France to be modern, to be the leader of the world for 2 or 3 weeks. But it's very important to be the leader for 2 weeks.